Hudson Taylor is a pretty interesting film. This was released in 1981. It's written and directed by Ken Anderson. We have a cast including Mike Hickman, Rebecca Baker, and various others. It's actually because of John Mahoney that I became aware of this, and I had never heard of Hudson Taylor before. So I thought, let's give this a go. Let's see what I can learn. And yeah, I learned quite a lot. It's one of those biographies or biopics where I think you can go in with no knowledge of the individual and come away with a lot of knowledge. I did very minimal background reading about the individual, by which I mean I looked up their name to see what their life was about, and that's it. And I learned a lot. That, of course, does mean that I can't vouch for the accuracy of the biopic. If anybody has any information there, please feel free to share. But the film details the life of missionary Hudson Taylor and the work that he did in China in the 1800s. And I knew nothing. And I certainly knew nothing about China in the 1800s. So again, I'm taking everything with a pinch of salt, but it felt believable. I was buying everything that I was seeing, and I definitely learned a lot. There were a lot of takeaways from this. I think Hudson Taylor is a very likeable character. He definitely seems like a very worthwhile biopic subject matter. I was fascinated by his life, his story. So there were a lot of strong takeaways there. Again, I don't know how accurate the character is, but I was believing the character, believing his actions, believing his emotions. Absolutely no problems there at all. The story itself is maybe not full of drama and twists and turns. It's quite a gentle film for the most part. There are going to be exceptions, of course, here and there. But in general, I'd say it has quite a gentle, steady pace to it. But it's still engaging. There's always something happening that's interesting. There's always an interesting bit of dialogue or a fascinating character. So it may not be the quickest, most fast-paced film, but it's generally still engaging throughout, and I think they did a really good job of that. Characters really interesting and likeable, really great performances, visually satisfying. We have great camera work. We also have some great music too. Will the film appeal to everybody? Not necessarily. I don't necessarily know if you need to be religious to enjoy this. I am religious, so that aspect was always going to appeal to me. I'd say no, you don't have to be religious to enjoy this. I think there are a lot of strong takeaways from this regardless. But it will help. If you have an interest in religion-based films, then yeah, that's definitely going to be something that will work in the film's favour. And even if you're not religious, if you're curious, give it a go. It's still an interesting film from a historical perspective, assuming it's generally accurate. And I rather enjoyed it. Learned a lot of great takeaways. I doubt I'd ever watch it again. Unless for some reason I'm particularly interested in studying Hudson Taylor. Never say never. But as a one-time watch, I thought it was a decent film, and I'm happy to recommend it.